How can anyone, whether they want to work in a language school or privately from their own laptop anywhere in the world, create a rewarding and impactful career teaching English as a second language, even if they are just starting out or have no teaching experience or ability? Hi, my name is Lynette Kim, and here on the TESOL Talk podcast, I aim to answer that very question.
Anyone can get nervous when teaching from time to time, and particularly new teachers. It's a time where you're finding your feet and finding your voice, and so you can feel daunted and standing up in front of the class, students see expectation. But don't let that put you off. That's completely normal. And there are ways to deal with this and just get beyond it and leave it behind, leave it in the dust. And I had one real standout time when I got nervous, and this was actually when I was training my first TESOL course, not ESL teaching. And I had a group of almost 30 people in the room that I was teaching, and I just started to hyperventilate, catch my breath like that. And I recognized, and I felt like every time, it's like when you're really upset or you've been crying and you can feel your voice hitching in your throat. That's what was happening. And I could see that everyone was noticing, and I felt, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And I looked around the classroom at all the people, and I thought to myself, get a hold of yourself. I gave myself that quick chat that you do, that telling off. I'm like, get a hold of yourself, you stupid. I won't say what I said to myself. You can do this. Stop thinking about yourself. Look at these people. They need to know the information you have. They need to understand it. They need your experience. Stop thinking about you and concentrate on them. And after reminding myself of what I was doing there, I just focused on everybody's faces. I just focused on people, on individuals at a time, thinking in my mind, at the back of my mind, this person really needs to know this, and I've got to convey how important this is to them. And so I thought about them, and I just took a couple of really slow breaths, like breathe in, breathe out. And I didn't care if it was noticeable. I needed to get my breathing sorted out because I was like hyperventilating a little. Took a couple of deep breaths, and I'm like, okay. And I started off again. And I started off as if I didn't even exist. It was just the students, and they needed to know what I was telling them. Now, if you focus on your students this way, number one, it will eliminate your thoughts about how do I feel, how do I look, jumping around, getting all nervous. That'll just float away. Number two, you'll be communicating on such a level with your students that they can see and feel this. They can't not. And they're thinking, wow, this teacher really cares, and this teacher's really trying to help me, and I've got to put in the effort. I've got to reciprocate. It's like if someone smiles at you, a really nice smile, how do you not smile back? I mean, it's impossible. When someone's kind, you smile back. So it's that same reciprocal process. You put across to students that empathy, that warmth, and stop thinking about yourself and your nerves, because it's really hard not to. I know from experience, but you do this, and that wonderful, rich, warm human communication will come across, and you won't be thinking about nerves anymore, because students will be reciprocating by sitting forward, by listening. You'll see their attentiveness. You'll start feeling like you're connecting with students while you're teaching them, and they'll follow you avidly. They'll be very engaged, and everything else will go away, and so will your nerves. And the more that you do this, the more that you go into the classroom not worrying about yourself. Before you go into class, worry about, yes, you're dressed tidy, yes, everything's appropriate, yes, you've got all your materials, and you know the materials. Walk into that classroom and everything has to shift, and it's all about students. It's all about how you're going to help them, not how you're going to look or appear or sound. It doesn't matter. The best speakers I've ever seen in my life, I don't even remember what they look like. I know they were men or women. That's about it. I couldn't describe them to you because I was just too engaged in what they were doing and that connection that I had with them, because it was beyond physical. It was about, helping each other and connecting. So look for that. That's where you will become an impactful ESL teacher and truly have a rewarding career in teaching.